So I wanted to shoot a quick video of this really cool new cat tree that Rachel and I got for our two cats. Kind of shooting this video just because I've actually sent a photo of this monstrosity to a couple of friends and colleagues and family members, and almost all of them have asked, well, they're cat owners, where the heck did you get this thing? And gosh, that thing is quite large, and it is. Um, but worth it, and probably one of the best cat trees that you can buy on the market. Now I don't make cat stuff videos for a living. This is kind of an amateur affair over here, so forgive me for not being super polished. But I just wanted to show a few things off on this thing, as as a cat owner that has had cats now for well over a decade, and have gone through a few different cat trees in that time. This is definitely one of the best ones I've ever gotten, and for a few different reasons. The problem with a lot of the cat trees you get at like Walmart and even Sam's Club, or places like that, the pet stores, you're going to pay a couple $100s, and they're usually going to be a flimsy tree. A lot of them have those very thin, I don't know what you call them, those connecting pieces of a tubing that holds everything together. And over time they wiggle, they jostle, they kind of fall apart, and the cats kind of lay waste to them, and we kind of throw them away, or throw them in the dumpster or whatever, give them away. But this thing is just a monstrosity. Saw this on Instagram, actually. It's kind of funny. There was some, I guess, Chinese videos from on Instagram that were posted of people who had this large tree, and I was like, where the heck can you buy this? And I tried looking on Amazon and couldn't find it over there, and it seems like nobody in the U.S. really had it, so it was quite a challenge to find. But luckily, my wife is Chinese, and she was able to communicate with one of the sellers that runs a store that sources this directly from one of the Chinese factories. So we had it shipped directly from there. I heard they're going to be stocking it in the U.S. Soon, so we'll see what happens with that. But I do have a link to it directly in the video description if you're interested in this tree. As again, you will not find it on Amazon. I spent many hours hunting with another friend who I enlisted. Actually, he couldn't find it. Really, no one in the U.S. Did have this puppy. So it is called the Magic Forest tree. You can get it in two different sizes. I've got the bigger version, the 90-inch tall, which is about 7.5 feet high. And actually, just to be able to see my cat sitting in this tree, I need to go on a step stool and raise my phone up here, as I'm almost touching the 9-foot ceiling in our apartment. He's sleeping away. That's my cat Snoopy up over there, enjoying himself. The top of the tree has a really cool little roost sleeping area for the cats. Our two cats really love it. My other one, Mittens, is hanging out on a little wall setup over there. This video is not about the wall setup, but if you're interested in that, I can send you the Amazon link to that one. That's worked out pretty well for us as well. Very cool thing. It takes a little bit of work to get going, as you got to do some decent amount of drilling and working with anchors and things, but that's pretty cool. She likes hanging up over there when it's a little bit warm. But back to this. So this thing is about 90 inches tall. You can get one that's only about 50 inches tall, where it cuts about here. So you have about a halfway up, which is kind of poo-poo. If you're going to go for it, I would say go for the full height version, unless you have a height limited space. I mean, we've got about a 9-foot ceiling, so it's totally fine for us here. But this thing is decently large. This is a fairly sizable tree. This base over here on this thing is solid wood. It's about 40 inches in width. To give you some idea, this thing ships on a freight pallet. This is not like something that you just go pick up and put in your car. It comes in about 3 boxes, come on a freight pallet. So when it arrived at my mom's house, she was a little surprised, to say the least. So you put it together, the base ships separate, the middle part, which is the lower trunk of the tree, and then the upper part over there. All the little branches, I guess you can say, which are the stepping pads for the tree, they all come as well separate, so you get put all those together. All the little things on the lower level, little toys and stuff for the cats and that. That all you screw all on, but it's actually relatively easy to put together. You will see a little nice scratch post that goes up on this thing. I'm about 6 feet tall. It's about at eye height for me, so nice amount of scratching area for them. As any cat owner will know, they need a lot of room to keep their paws dulled on something, and it's better than on our furniture. So putting this thing together was fairly easy. Once you get the hang of it, you kind of start at the base, the bottom, put that together, the little few items that are at the little baby trees, whatever you call those, down there. Those go on first, then you put on your first trunk, second trunk, and then all the little shelving pieces that go on it. Everything's secured by very strong, big bolts. I mean, very large bolts. I actually used my power drill from my work setup to put this together to make it a little bit easier and faster. But yeah, quite some heavy duty hardware, as you can see inside the one little sleeping area here up top. Including the top sleeping area, you've got a bunch of other little areas where the cats can go and sleep in. I think there's about 6 of them total, if I'm counting correctly. So a lot of space for them to be on here and do what they want to do. And our 2 cats really enjoy it. As soon as we put it up, even before it was put up and done, I mean, they were exploring this thing and jumping all over it. And again, when I say the height is quite interesting on this, you can see we have a 9-foot ceiling here, and this thing is only a couple feet away from that ceiling. So this is quite a large item that goes into your room if you have a small apartment or not enough living space. You may not want to get this, as it definitely eats up some decent real estate here. We used to have our older cat tree in the corner there and had to move that out into another room to make room for this. It's just that massive. So again, they got areas to hide all the way up. All the shelves are very sturdy, very well made. My wife actually climbed on this, as we saw someone in an Instagram video climbing on these different levels here. And I mean, this is very sturdy. I mean, the hardware that was used on this, just very well done. You got some toys that are hanging off of it as well. But in terms of construction quality, you will not find something that's better than this in any of the pet stores, I guarantee you. You will pay a little bit more. Again, the price tag is definitely decently higher than the cheapo trees that you get. But spending $200-300 on a cheap one versus something that is going to last you like this thing, definitely well worth it. The whole thing is covered with very soft kind of, I don't know what you call it, faux fur kind of a material, but very nice feeling and soft for the cats, so they really like it. Ours love to be up top over there, but again, traversing, everything's really soft on here. They can put their paws on anything, and definitely feels like a much sturdier material than what we've seen on some of the faux fur cat trees that you buy at the PetSmart or similar. Time to put together was about 1.5 hours on this thing. You may need 2 people to do it. It's again of a decent size and decent weight. I would say put together, I'm about 225 myself in terms of weight, and moving this thing is definitely can be a challenge sometimes. So yeah, this thing probably has in terms of total weight, I would say a good 70 to 80 pounds, if not more. But again, very sturdy, so that if you have cats that are jumping all over it, it's not tipping over, it's not wobbly, so it's again something that's not going to be risk of being damaged if you've got some rambunctious cats on the house. So that's really about it. Yeah, I wanted to show off this thing and put this video up, as few people asked me for more photos, or hey, this thing looks really cool, can I see more of it? So that's kind of why I shot this. I'll put the link to where you can get it from my website called Xiaomi Pets, which is where we bought it from, right online, and that'll be in the description. Hope you enjoyed.